Razor Sharp Studios, it's time for the Big Dog AC Show. Big Dog AC Show, we're back. We're hanging out, and we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, it's a few days away, but, you know, why not start on Saturday?
Yeah, we're drinking some really good Irish beer. It's actually really tasty. When we opened it up, we didn't really know what we were going to get, and we started drinking it, and it was really good.
Yeah, it's called Smithwick and Sons, Ireland. Irish made, red ale.
Pretty good stuff.
It's good, and I was looking on the back label, and it says that it was brewed by Guinness.
Oh, okay, so you can't go wrong there.
No.
Yeah. No.
So Guinness must, obviously, is like a humongous brewery over there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. The red ale, I wasn't sure, because Killian's Irish Red, I would drink that on St. Patrick's Day years ago. We didn't see that at the store.
No, I haven't seen that in a while. I don't even know if they make it or not. So.
Yeah, but that one was a little harsh. This one is actually really smooth.
Very smooth.
Yeah, it's a gentle hop bitterness and a sweet malt finish, and yeah, I have no problems with this one.
Pretty good beer.
It is good. Hold on, let me see what is the percentage. I think it was 4.5% alcohol.
That's not bad.
No.
Now, on the show, we've had some 7.5s.
Yeah, we've had
8.5s.
and had some high ones there.
Some high ones, yeah. Appreciate you listening. Big Dog AC Show. Pretty soon, there's going to be some crazy dancing shit on, what are we doing it on? We're doing it on
TikTok.
So you can look for us there.
Yeah, and Instagram.
Now, we're going to talk about the Grammys, because the Grammys are tomorrow night. So the Grammys are tomorrow night.
Okay, so it'll be
Sunday night. So we're going to talk about the Grammys, and I'm looking through the nominees, and I get it. I understand what part of that you're nominated for. There's no rock bands, none whatsoever.
But isn't there like a rock category?
There's a rock category, but I think I saw Coldplay in one of them, and that's it. There's no rock bands.
That's the closest to a rock band.
I think, and Haim rocks out pretty good.
I don't think I've ever heard them.
Yeah, I saw them on Saturday Night Live. They were pretty good. So, but still, there's no fucking rock bands. Rock. It's all pop and rap. That's all the Grammys, and they do everything else too. But there's no rock bands in there. And I'm hoping that the guys that are running the Grammys this year pull their head out of their ass and do a tribute to Eddie Van Halen.
Well, you would hope.
Well, they've had 5 months or so to put something together, so hopefully they'll do something. Unlike MTV, didn't do shit.
Who never did.
Nothing in a tribute to Eddie Van Halen. Hopefully the Grammys will lodge their head out of their rump and do something. It would be cool.
Yeah, you would hope that they would do something like that.
I mean, he was worldwide, Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, yeah.
He played with everybody like Michael Jackson, Brian May from Queen. He played with a lot of people. So.
And I'm sure he won a few Grammys in his time, right? I'm assuming
I think so.
That they won.
He did. I think he won a couple when Sammy was in the band, and they had those records with him. I think he won a Grammy or two. Yeah, maybe more.
So isn't there like a metal category also?
There's a metal category.
Is that the one Coldplay's in?
I think so. It might be like when Jethro Tull beat Metallica many years ago in the metal category.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, Jethro Tull's a great band, a different style of music. They should have never been in the metal category. So then Metallica, they should have won it. Obviously, they were popular at the time, selling records. Nope, Jethro Tull won the damn thing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, in that metal category, though, weren't there a lot of bands that, just had random names? Like, nobody popular.
Idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea who they were. But there's no rock radio anymore. Very few rock stations. There's no promotion for it anymore. And, of course, with this bullshit pandemic we got, what's it called?
Pandemic?
Yeah, pandemic. This bullshit pandemic. There's no live rock shows, no live nothing anymore. But like I said earlier today when we were talking, I said, wait until this gets to where they can do live shows again with people. There's going to be so many bands you can go see. Everybody that you want. Because they're going to come out. That's how they make their living, most of them. So
yeah, well, hopefully, like we've said before, I hope Alice Cooper comes out again.
We were trying to get to see him.
Yeah. And I hope all these bands just come out, please, because we want to see something. We want to see some live shows.
Yeah, we do. So I had to touch on the Grammys. Hopefully they'll do something, put something together for Eddie. I think that'd be a good thing to do.
Are you going to watch the Grammys?
No, I'm not going to struggle through that.
So after the fact, then we'll see if they did a tribute.
Well, Taylor Swift is supposed to be doing a big performance, and nobody's talking about it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Taylor. Yeah. Big Dog AC Show movie review coming up here in a little bit. Now, you watched this movie today. You had a chance to watch it. And when I went in there in the theater and I said, how is it? You're all, this sucks. So we're going to see what the AC movie review is all about.
Yep. And I'll say that since we are drinking for St. Patrick's Day,
yes,
it's going to have kind of a St. Patrick's Day theme, I guess.
Right.
Which is why I watched it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're kind of staying with the St. Patrick's Day theme. Got the beer.
Got the beer.
Actually, I'm having a little bit of the little Irish whiskey here.
Mm-hmm. That's all you.
Yeah. I mean, McGregor's whiskey's pretty good. So
proper number 12.
Yeah. It's
Conor McGregor.
Yeah. It's pretty good stuff.
If you want to hit us up, Connor.
Come on, Connor, be on the show.
Don't hit me though.
No,
but I mean,
we're not,
hit us up on the show.
We're not talking at all about getting in the ring. We're just talking about your whiskey and how you're doing and what you've been up to lately.
Yeah.
Basically, hey, if anybody wants to get on the show, it's real simple. You just got to drop us an email. It's real simple.
Yes, it's bigdogacshow@gmail.com.
Yeah,
or hit us up on Facebook,
right?
Instagram. And, anywhere.
We're
just message us.
We're all over the place.
Yeah.
So
email us, website, everything.
Yeah. So if you want to hit us up, talk to us, whatever you want to do, we'll do that. Oh, you know what? What happened? I heard what happened, and it's just a terrible thing that happened.
What happened?
It is a travesty. J-Lo kicks A-Rod to the curb.
Oh, my goodness. Who could have seen that coming?
Oh, my goodness. I thought to myself, the It couple? I mean, what?
The It couple.
I always thought the Miz and Maurice were the It couple.
Well, at least they're still together. Yeah, but they've had a couple kids.
And their show is actually pretty good,
Yeah.
And but he's not one of the greatest wrestlers out there, but his show is really good with Maurice.
He's entertaining.
But J-Lo and A-Rod. What the hell happened there?
I think, between the two of them, they have like 10 plus marriages or engagements that have fallen apart.
A-Rod's been with all kinds of high-tech people.
He's been with a lot of people.
Yeah.
J-Lo too, though. She's been with a few.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what the world's going to do now that J-Lo and A-Rod are not together anymore.
I better light a candle.
Yeah, I think you should put it in the window. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Well, what do you honestly? What do you expect from him? He apparently, from what I'm reading and all this stuff, he cheated on J-Lo. He cheated on her with some, I don't remember her name, but anyways, he cheated on her, and this has been going on around for a while. So she finally kicked him to the curb. Come on, he cheated in baseball. He cheated when he was in baseball, steroiding it up with his buddies, and they still got to play, and they made a big deal out of him being a great player and all this. And then, what do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do?
Well, I think he's lucky to be still walking around that J-Lo didn't shank him. She's Jenny from the block. So
yeah, didn't castrate his ass right there.
He's lucky that he's still moving around.
Well,
pretty
apparently
good.
all the women love him, so if she was going to castrate him, it'd take a big old knife to do it.
Is that why they love him?
Obviously, they keep going back to the cheating bastard.
Because wasn't he doing some baseball commentary before?
Yeah, he was.
And he's very monotone in this.
Well, even after all the cheating in baseball and all the stuff that, they're just like, I don't know. Somebody, one time I was sitting in a bar one time, and somebody asked me how great Barry Bonds was. It was a news crew came in. And I said, he's steroid and cheating. And man, they walked away from me like no tomorrow. I mean, there's a difference when you see Barry playing for the Pirates, and then he goes to the Giants. He's a skinny little dude at the Pirates, and he's a monster when he's playing for the Giants. So, hey, that's the business. That's what it is.
Yeah, and then wasn't there well, there's always a scandal, I guess, with the steroids and stuff. But
yeah.
Mark McGuire.
They were saying him, Jose Canseco. There was a couple others too. The one from the Cubs, Sammy Sosa. All those. Those guys. I don't know, man. I think when you see they hit, 500 home runs in one season, and the next year they hit 13 after they've been caught. There's something going on.
Yeah, perhaps.
But you know what? Hopefully J-Lo and A-Rod, they're happy and they do whatever they got to do.
Yeah.
Really, honestly. I thought those two were going to get married, honestly. I really did. So.
Well, getting married when you're a celebrity doesn't really count for anything. I mean, not really.
And J-Lo's probably you better be on your game with her,
I would assume.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
She ain't going to fuck around with some dude that's not, what she wants him to be. So.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that both of them will bounce back okay.
I think so.
I'm sure there's people out there.
And then I'm wondering why the fuck we give a shit about anybody's relationship. But, you
brought it up.
Well, the news today and all that, they made a big deal out of it. So I thought, I think we talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And, wish them all the luck. I'm sure somebody will
snatch them both up.
Yeah, somebody will jump in there. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll somehow live through their lives in their mansions and not worry about it.
They'll just keep buying and selling mansions, and the next thing you know, they'll buy and sell another. And then they'll run into each other again and get back together.
They might.
You never know.
You never know what will happen in this crazy, crazy time.
Yep. Big Dog AC Show. Thank you for listening to the show, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I got a birthday coming up.
You do. It's before St. Patrick's Day.
I do.
You're not using your little birthday cup. There was a birthday cup in there.
Well, maybe when we take a break, which we will before the movie review.
Okay.
Then I'll go get my birthday cup.
Okay.
Maybe good. AC will get me the birthday cup. And no? All right.
No, AC has a cat on her lap, so she might not be getting up.
All right.
Kitty came in here and is laying on my lap right now.
So I saw this thing on Twitter the other day about metal dating. So if you want to hook up with some metal chicks from the 80s, there's a metal dating site. I'm saying, where the fuck was that back in the 80s when I was like running around?
All you had to do was go outside back then. Yeah. I'm sure you could throw a stick and hit somebody that was an 80s person.
Yeah, you could go outside back then. You can't now. But
well, yeah, I know. But I'm sure you could have found anybody, plenty of people like that back then.
There was times where me and my brother went to a show up at the San Jose State Event Center, and I think it was who was that? Collective Soul. I don't remember who it was. And we're standing there. There's a little bar where you can go in and have beer, and in that area, the beer garden. Mm-hmm. And we're standing, and these two beautiful women walk by, and they have Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons on their tits and on their stomach. They don't have a shirt on.
They're just painted on?
They're painted on. And we're standing there, and they're walking by, and my brother's all, hey, let me get a picture with them. I said, all right. I have a picture of them with him.
Oh, my God, really? We got to find that one. We got to find that picture.
And I got a picture with them, too. But you really, the artwork on their chest and everything was so good, I didn't know that they didn't have a shirt on until I looked over, and I said, Paul Stanley does not have nipples in his eyes.
Are you sure? How closely have you looked at Paul Stanley?
I haven't had a chance to look at him. Backstage at Kiss one time, and they were getting ready to come out on stage, and they kicked us out. Nobody's in here when the band walks through.
No, you can't talk to them.
You can't. Don't look at him. I had a guy tell me one time, now Van Halen's coming out. Eddie doesn't shake hands, so don't shake his hand. We're like, yeah, okay. First thing Eddie does when he walks over to me is put his hand out. How am I not going to shake that platinum hand?
Well, yeah. And I mean, he's trying to shake your hand. You're going to say, oh, no, I can't shake your hand right now.
I didn't wash my hand for like a month.
Ew.
It started getting all weird and funky. But I could play a hell of a guitar with that hand for that month.
For that time? Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, hopefully the Grammys lodges their head out of their ass and put something together for Eddie.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Well, so going back to the girls that had no shirts on, back then, was it okay not to have a shirt on, like in the arena or whatever?
It wasn't that long ago, but back then, I didn't see anybody hassling them or trying to get them to change into a shirt or anything.
Well, so they were pretty much covered up anyways, you said, like with paint, like you couldn't even really tell.
I could not tell. They were walking down the the little aisleway where we were standing up there having a beer, and I looked over, and my brother looked over, and we're like, hey,
both hello.
Hey, they ain't got a shirt on. I'm like, bro, he ain't got a shirt on. He goes, I'm in a picture. He went out there and got a picture with him. Yeah,
awesome. I can see you guys doing that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was actually a good show, if I could remember who it was. But that's brave. For a girl to do that and walk around, that's brave.
Well, I'm sure they must have looked pretty good, though. Like, they had confidence enough to do it.
They were good looking, but still, I mean, to walk around and just,
well, yeah.
You got to be a tough chick to do something like that, man.
Yeah, because I'm sure there were probably a bunch of guys, let me check that out, or let me touch it and stuff, and they probably had to kick him in the nuts or do something.
Do something.
Get the fuck away from me.
That's right. Bigdog AC show.
Oh gosh!
What's the beer we're drinking?
The Bigdog AC show again.
What's the beer we're doing?
Well, once again, since I said it before, it's Smithwick's Red Ale from Ireland.
I'm very sorry that I do that sometimes, but I'm an old radio guy, so I'm always going to bring up the name of the show, and I'm always going to bring up things that maybe they'll call us and want to sponsor the show.
Well, that would be nice.
That's why I keep doing it.
Okay.
Not to cut you off or anything. Well, last week I was cutting you off.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I still think you like to cut me off.
Yeah, well, I give you a couple minutes and then you just keep going. Even the cat leaves, the rock and roll kitty. She'll get up and go. So.
She does not. No, she likes listening to me talk.
So earlier today.
Oh, what now?
We did a little filming for TikTok.
Oh, yes, we did. We did some TikToking.
So
I'm going to post that.
Maybe by Monday or Tuesday, you'll be able to see the Bigdog AC running late. That's all I got to say.
Well, you'll see us there. Yeah, it'll be on TikTok and Instagram. So, we'll see how well it goes.
Yep.
Hopefully, people enjoy it.
So St. Patrick's Day, and AC's got some crazy stuff about St. Patrick's Day.
I had to burp. Well, don't hype me up like I don't know if it's crazy stuff. I'm just gonna go over a few little, basics.
Like I said, I'm an old radio guy, so I'm gonna hype your ass up.
Okay, all right, it's crazy.
Right. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, bitches.
Well, okay. I'm gonna go into the St. Patrick's Day.
What is the meaning of St. Patrick's Day?
Okay. March 17th, it marks the anniversary of St. Patrick's death. And St. Patrick is basically credited to bringing Christianity to Ireland's people. So that's in a nutshell, that's what St. Patrick's Day is. There's not, on some of these other holidays and things, there's some paganism and, some other things that kind of Christianity bogarted, as I say. The holidays and stuff, but this one is for St. Patrick to mark his anniversary of his death. He's originally from Britain, though. Shout out to the United Kingdom, because those people are listening to our last show hard.
Yep.
Thank you so much for that.
They've been listening to all of them, really, pretty much.
But
more than America. We're getting more listeners in the UK than we are over here in America.
Well, it fluctuates. Sometimes we get more in different countries.
To the UK.
Yeah.
Get over there.
Well, no, we get listeners from all over, and it's really crazy. We have South Africa, we have Japan, Russia, we have all over, and of course, United States, because that's where we're at. But most recently, we've had a surge from the United Kingdom, so I think that's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Appreciate that, mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. So I don't want to talk too much shit about Ireland, England, but St. Patrick was originally from Britain and then taken to Ireland, as a slave. And then he escaped and then eventually went back to Ireland to bring Christianity to the people, as I said. And growing up Catholic, I always kind of thought, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but to clarify it, but I always thought it was something about, him running the snakes out of Ireland. That was a thing, but it's not, because they even say there's no fossil record of any snakes really being there in Ireland around that time. And, it's surrounded by water. They're not really going to get any snakes. So that's a falsehood, I'll say. So really it wasn't that. But then also I read something that instead of actual snakes, it could be that he was kind of chasing out. I don't want to say chasing out, but if he was trying to get rid of the snakes, the snakes would be the pagans and being replaced with Christianity. So that's kind of.
So why do we celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
It's just to honor the anniversary of his death. So that's mainly it, because he's the patron saint. He's the patron saint of Ireland.
Right.
So of course, obviously, he's celebrated over there. A lot of Irish immigrants, came to the United States.
Yeah.
A long time ago, and brought that. The first St. Patrick's Day parade, they say, was in St. Augustine, Florida. So it was here in the United States. Of course, blows up in Ireland. I don't want to say blow up. Okay. Yeah. It's big now in Ireland.
Yeah, you don't want to say that.
I don't want to offend people. I don't want to discourage any of our UK listeners.
We appreciate you.
Yes, we appreciate you so much. I mean, it was really awesome when I'm checking it and I see that it's from over there. It's really cool. But anyways, so that's St. Patrick's Day basically. In Chicago, they dye their river green.
Green. Why do they? What is green? What is green the big deal?
You asked me that. I did not see anything about the green.
You didn't do.
I saw that the shamrock was.
You got a green shirt on.
I do have a green shirt on, and you have a shamrock on your shirt.
That's right. I do, and you can see it on TikTok.
And you can see it on TikTok. But I did look up leprechauns. Well, I didn't look them up. It was part of the whole St. Patrick's Day thing that they have their own holiday in May, on May 13th.
Leprechauns do?
Leprechauns. But they're also associated with St. Patrick's Day. And I didn't really see anything as to why specifically they did. But they are Celtic, they would be like a fairy or something like that. And they're the ones that would fix the shoes of the fairies.
Right.
So like in all these movies and all these
what
things.
You're fucking talking about. I'm all, right, yeah, sure.
Okay, and all these things like the folklore and stuff like that, they say that the leprechauns if they see a bunch of shoes there, they have to stop and shine the shoes, because that's something that they're just compelled to do. So if you have to get away from them.
So where do you see all the shoes? Where are they?
Well, that's if there's a leprechaun like in your house. Oh. And if it's trying to kill you, then you can just throw some shoes out there, and then they would polish the shoes, because they're compelled to do that. And then so then you can get away. No, then you get a chance to run away because they're cleaning the shoes.
This is St. Patrick's Day by AC.
I'm sorry.
Yep. I hope she didn't fuck it up for you.
Okay, because there was a lot of information, okay? But I'm thinking, like, how much information do I really want to go into? Because if I explain every possible thing for all of the holidays that we have talked about and all the ones that are coming up,
right,
what am I going to talk about next year?
Speaking of next year, we're going to be in it's still going to be Razor Sharp Studios.
Okay, well,
we're going to be in a whole new studio.
We will be in a completely new studio next year.
It's going to be awesome.
And then I'll be able to add some more facts to St. Patrick's Day next year, because I'm not going into a lot of detail on this one.
No. We kind of looked at each other earlier and we're like, do a show? Yeah, today? Okay, we'll do it.
We're doing it. I did have some stuff that I printed out, and I was reading through all of it before the show.
Yeah, I saw you in there.
I made some notes.
Yep.
But then there's so much information, and I'm like, I really just have to pick and choose how much I want to talk about right now, because we're talking about other things too. It's not just the whole St. Patrick's Day,
Right.
So that's what I chose to talk about, and I talked about leprechauns too, because that ties in with my movie review that I specifically watched this movie because of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, the movie review coming up here in a few minutes. I kind of stuck my head in the theater earlier when you're watching it. I'm all, how is it? And you're like, And
this movie's been around a long time.
Even the rock and roll kitty was like, I'm out.
She was sleeping. Yeah, she didn't even notice it.
So we'll be ready for that. We'll do the movie review. We want to thank all our listeners in UK and everywhere else. I mean, of course, we appreciate you listening wherever you're listening. Of course,
all over the world.
All over the world. I mean, when we first signed on and started doing this show, we had a guy actually drop us a line and say, it's nice to hear a show that's not all the other ones, you know.
Yep. And still no politics.
None.
Yep.
I mean, I could sum up the political scene in one word, but I'm not going to do it.
No, but we're not going to do that.
No, I could sum it all up in actually 2 words. Two.
Well, we all know how it is. And that's it. This is just supposed to, get people's mind off of it for a little bit.
Hopefully back in your living room, put your feet up.
Hopefully you enjoy listening to us fumble around sometimes.
Yeah, what the hell,
and laugh and just say a bunch of weird fucking shit.
Fuck yeah. Your wife's sitting next to you and both of you get kind of comfortable and have sex to the Bigdog AC show.
Yeah, okay. I'll say one thing that I do not think we're romantic at all. This is not a romantic show, but hey,
what are you talking about?
Whatever floats your fucking boat.
What the hell? What do we got to get? David Hasselhoff on the show to be romantic or what?
Hey, back in the day, Knight Rider version, David Hasselhoff, I was all over that.
I bet.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, how old was I? Because that was the 80s, so I wasn't that old.
Oh, jeez.
So I wasn't all over it, really. I just,
You were just like, oh, he's so beautiful.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Oh, boy.
And I wanted that car.
Bigdog AC show. I'm getting out.
Dude, that's how you get out.
Get out. The getting out is good. Bigdog AC show. Here we are, hanging low. I don't know.
Are you hanging low?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you have a birthday coming up, so...
Yeah, I'm hanging pretty low.
Are you hanging lower now?
Everything's dragging on the ground.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. A-Rod ain't got nothing on me.
Oh, my God.
I'm hanging.
But that reminds me of I think it was my birthday party. This is like 10 plus years ago or something. It was
a while back. I remember being there.
And we were living in this one place.
Yeah.
And we invited the neighbor from across the street.
Right. Yeah. He was like a hippie dude. Drove a dune buggy.
Yeah, because we were at the beach, so he definitely was like a beach bum type looking guy. Single, which I can understand that.
Yeah.
He had this beautiful German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And I think,
what was her name?
I think her name was Shelby or something.
Shiloh.
It was something. Shiloh. It was something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name at all, but I think her name was something like that.
You had some friends from work too that came.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a couple family and stuff.
Yeah.
And friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So then, he came over. We had a keg and all that stuff. So the next day, when we still had some keg left over,
right?
He came over and we were sitting in the back.
Yeah.
And he's sitting across from me. And I just, looking at him when he's talking, and I just happen to look down. He has his legs open. His fucking balls are hanging out from his shorts like he had no underwear on.
You should have reached over with a stick and poked him or something.
And I think I elbowed you, and I was like, hey. It's
what the fuck is that?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was so fucking crazy.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, I'm glad my mom's not here to see this.
Yep. And then
it was traumatized.
But the night of the party, everybody's getting ready to leave. It's pretty much us and a couple other people. And I remember my buddy Nick, he showed up. He looked good. And
it was a toga party. It was supposed to be a toga party. And everybody's leaving, and then what's his name showed up. There was a bartender that we knew from going to this bar all the time.
Right. Yeah. Right. He shows up and he I'm not, he was
a good looking dude.
Yeah. He shows up and then all the other women, the girls you work with are like, we're going to stay a little longer.
Yeah. They were going to leave and they're like, well, I guess we can stay a little bit. Like, cause everybody else had they had, clothes basically on underneath their togas.
Right.
He was kind of like official toga,
nothing.
Just the sheet, and so then his muscles were sticking out, and they're all like, "Oh, well, hello,
we're gonna stick around."
So that was funny. Yeah, but I'm sorry, I felt like my eyes, I had to poke them out or something because that was just too much.
He was a nice guy and everything, but his nuts were hanging out.
He was a nice guy, but I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
You know your nuts are hanging. He must have known.
He could feel the cool air.
Yeah, can you feel that? You can feel it, right?
He's sitting in a regular sized chair. His nuts are halfway down before they touch the ground. And we were like,
so he must have felt the cool from the chair.
He didn't even recognize it. Jeez.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
That time. But I did think of another St. Patrick's Day fact that I guess I can go ahead and share.
Go ahead.
That, traditionally we have corned beef and cabbage. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not a traditional Irish dish, like from Ireland.
Right.
It was mainly the immigrants when they came over. They over there, they would still have corned beef. They would still eat it.
Right.
But it wasn't like a main thing until they were here. And then the Irish immigrants would get the leftover corned beef and then they would boil it a couple times to get rid of the brine. And then the final time they boiled it, they would add the cabbage. So then the corned beef and cabbage.
That's a meal. That's food. I mean, that's dinner, man.
And you don't like corned beef and cabbage.
I've never really been a big fan of it. So I'll eat a ribeye while you and your family are eating corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, because I was going to say that's too bad because we're going to have corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day. Because I like it. And honestly, we only have it once a year.
Load the mustard up. Put a lot of mustard on it.
Well, and then, you can always have leftovers the next day. I like cabbage, and I like corned beef and cabbage. It's good.
I think everybody should eat it and enjoy it. I just don't. So I don't know.
That's all right. It's not for everybody, but it's just kind of a tradition. And on my mom's side, I had an uncle who married into the family, and he was part Irish.
Right.
So it was a big deal. St. Patrick's Day, we would go over there and visit and stuff, and of course he'd make a big old pot, corned beef and cabbage. We'd have the Guinness beer. I think that's when I had Killian's Irish Red.
I remember Killian's.
And he would just get all kinds of Irish beer, and then the Irish whiskey. He was a big Irish whiskey guy, and it was a big thing. It was a big deal. So that's kind of still a tradition, and I'm trying to keep it alive.
Well, you're all over the holidays and everything. You're traditional with all of them. So this is another holiday that you are traditional with.
I try to be because I like it. Yeah. I mean, the holidays are fun, and get the family together and make certain foods. Because when Easter's coming up for Portuguese people, we make massas fada, which is the sweet bread.
All right.
We only make it once a year.
I've been there, family, and I've been there when they're all fighting over the sweet bread.
Because we only make it once a year, so I make a big humongous batch. It's like 12 dozen rolls.
I remember being up at your parents' house, and you made a big batch of the sweet bread, and I was leaving, and you gave me a big bag of it, and I put it in my bag to leave. Your sister, I saw her in my bag. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, you can't take this with you. It's like a big scrap out there for that sweet bread.
Yeah, well, that was before she made her own. When she had her own kids had her kids and stuff, then she started making it herself. So then she would bring a bag over, and we would secretly compare without really saying anything. But her version versus mine. It's the same recipe, but just like with anything, a different person makes it. So.
It's always been a competition between you and her.
Not on my part, not on purpose.
No, there is with both of you.
No. Yeah. Okay. Well, siblings. That is what it is.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
It does, no matter what. So.
Well, so for St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to do corned beef and cabbage. My mom's going to make Irish soda bread that she got from the Irish mother of my uncle, my in-law, whatever. So she's going to make that. I'm going to make a Guinness stout chocolate cake. So we got the Guinness. So as long as that
blood sugar up.
Yeah. As long as that Guinness bottle is still in there by Wednesday,
well,
I should be able to make that cake.
We can't promise you that that's going to be in there still.
Well, we're trying. We're trying.
Yeah, we'll give it a chance.
Well, and so then when we did step out for a second.
Yeah.
You came back with this little Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine.
Right.
Little shot that we had bought earlier. It's called Hunch Punch Lightning. I took a sip right before we came back on.
It was rough, huh?
And I wasn't even going to bring it up, but yes, it's rough. I'm sorry. And it's chilled. It's been in the freezer, and I thought sipping, we watch moonshiners.
Right.
They sip it out of the mason jar, right?
So you're not going to drink any more of that?
No, I'm not.
Tennessee moonshine.
No. Well, maybe it's just because it's a hunch punch. I thought it was going to be like fruit punch, but it tastes more like a cherry cough syrup or cherry cough drop, and no.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead and take one more drink of it.
You can have that
while we're doing the show.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
have one little sip.
Nice big little guzzle.
I really enjoy this cute little mason jar that it's in.
Here you go.
It's super duper cute.
Okay, go ahead. Big old shot of that. There you go.
It's not. That was a tiny little sip. Oh my god. No.
Is that rough?
No.
It sucks.
I don't like it.
All right.
You can have it if you want.
No,
but
I got my proper 12. I'm good.
Okay.
Proper 12.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, whiskey, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so that's whiskey.
Yeah.
So then I bought some Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Yes.
So I got you just plain chocolate.
Right.
And I was looking for something different for me. And for some reason, well, maybe because it's close to St. Patrick's Day, they had the Irish cream brownie ice cream.
Right.
So first scoop I have of that first little bite, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you could taste it.
I'm like, is it in there? You're all, yeah, it says it's in there.
Yeah. And so then I looked at the ingredients and it says there's whiskey in there. Because I was like,
Really?
this tastes like whiskey.
You know, I'm thinking when you're telling me that, I'm thinking, how are they selling selling it as an ice cream? There's whiskey in there. Should they need a license to do that?
Unless they checked it. I don't know, because it is part of Haagen-Dazs, their spirits selection.
Oh, okay.
So it did say spirits,
yeah.
but I honestly did not think that it was going to taste like whiskey.
Right.
But it does. So it kind of surprised me, but actually I've gotten used to it now, so it tastes pretty good. But on the ingredient list, it does say whiskey, and I don't know how they work that out.
I don't either.
But-
Should we do a shot of ice cream now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might as well melt this ice cream down. There's whiskey in it. Let's take a shot.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
The big St. Patrick's Day movie review.
Yes.
It is coming up.
It's AC's movie review.
Man, I'm never going to get tired of that intro. That's pretty awesome.
Well, you're special.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so great. Okay, so like we said, St. Patrick's Day. So in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, I watched the movie Leprechaun, originally from 1993. There have been multiple sequels to this. I'm sorry, guys. I just did not watch all the sequels. I barely made it through this one.
Why
Okay,
did you pick Leprechaun? Why did you pick that one?
because St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's what,
Isn't that what I said? Like,
and that's what I
20
just
minutes ago?
yeah.
Fuck, I'm turning my
Well,
mic off. I'm
that's-
out. Go ahead.
That's okay. You know, I'll just remind everybody I'm watching Leprechaun because of St. Patrick's Day. So, okay, it has Jennifer Aniston in it. And like I say, this from 1993. So I looked it up. Friends did not start till 1994. So this is before she did Friends. So this is like before anyone knew who she was.
So, were you a Friends fan? Did you watch
Yes.
Friends?
Yes, I was.
Really?
We watch. Yeah, me and my sister, we watch Friends all the time.
I heard that people would have parties to watch Friends.
Well, we didn't have parties for it, but if we weren't there, because like we had band practice on Thursday nights, and that's when
Band practice.
marching band, yeah. So during football season, so we'd have to record it so that we could watch it later because
So
it was on Thursday night.
Was band practice because you wanted to check out the football players?
No,
Oh.
no, they weren't even out there. In
Was
fact,
your
the
sister,
band
was your
leaders.
sister checking the football players out?
No, because the football players were not out there.
I'm going to
The
get down
band-
to the dirt. I'm
the-
getting the dirt.
The band leaders got mad when any of the football people. It was a completely different time. Like the football people didn't want us there, and we didn't want them. It was like a big.
Really? You guys would have had a big fight out there?
Yeah, we have a big rumble, a big West Side
You
Story
hit 'em with
rumble
your-
out there.
You hit them with your flute? Get out of here.
Yep.
All right, all
No,
right.
so no. Yeah, football players weren't out there. But anyways, so this is before Friends. So I don't know, is this where they saw her and then decided to have her on their own Friends? I'm not sure. Her acting was fine. I could see her after watching Friends and stuff. Like that's, you know, she was good.
So do you think her dad had anything to do with her success? Because her
I'm
dad was
sure.
a big deal.
Yeah, he was
So-
on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, you grow up in LA, you have all your parents are involved in the business.
Right.
Of course.
I mean, but there's a lot of them that don't have parents in the business and still get success. Do you think the ones like Jennifer and George Clooney's sister, Her
I think it's
mother?
his aunt, Rosemary Clooney.
Aunt. I mean, they had a little something.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
they probably did.
Yeah.
Well, so this movie, though, okay, it's called Leprechaun. So guess what it's about? Can you guess what it's about, Big Dog?
Godzilla?
Exactly. How did
Is
you
it?
know that?
Oh, shit. I got it.
Godzilla versus Mothra. No.
What do I win? Do I win something?
You win this moonshine that I have right
I'm
here.
not touching the moonshine.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm not either. But okay, so this is about Leprechaun. So the very beginning, it's this couple that they have Irish accents. So they're originally from Ireland, but they moved to North Dakota. So the husband comes back to North Dakota from Ireland after he was supposed to bury his mother there. And so he comes back with this limo, and he's like Mr. Rich Guy, and the wife's like, what are you doing? You know, we don't have the money for this, and you were just supposed to go bury your mother over there. And there was a package that came for him, and she thought it was the mother in an urn, and she's like, you weren't supposed to bring your mother over here and all this stuff. You're supposed to bury her there. Anyways, turns out he caught a leprechaun when he was in Ireland. And when you catch a leprechaun, they have to tell you where their pot of gold is, or where their gold is. So he got the leprechaun to tell him where the gold was. He took the gold, came back to America, North Dakota, and then basically was like, oh, we're rich, bitch. You know, we can we're going to move out of this fucking house, and we're going to do all this stuff. So she's still like, what are you talking about? And then he breaks the urn, and there's the bag of gold, and he tells her that he caught the leprechaun, and this is the gold. We're rich. We're moving tomorrow. So immediately, of course, he goes to hide the gold. The wife's in the house. The guy's luggage is in the house, and then she hears this little kid's voice coming out of the luggage. And the first thing you do, right, when you hear a little kid's voice out of the luggage, is you're gonna...
I'm running my fucking ass out of there.
You're gonna go open the luggage, right?
No, I'm
you
not.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sure.
That's what you
Hell
fucking
yeah.
do. That's my
I'm going to
first...
take the rock and roll kitty over there and throw her in the luggage and tell her get whatever's in there. Right.
Because, I mean, really? You don't go outside and say, hey, fucking husband, why the fuck is there a little kid calling out of your luggage?
It's like
No.
that commercial on TV where they're all running in there behind the chainsaws.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's like that.
Why don't we just get in
This is
the
dumb.
running car? Nah, we're going to go over there.
Yeah, we're gonna hide in the chainsaw. Yeah. So she opens it, and of course it's the leprechaun, and the actor that played the leprechaun is Warwick Davis. He was in Willow. He was the little guy in Willow. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same guy, but of course he looks like all scary. He's got weird, nasty teeth. He's got super long fingernails. He's not the cute little Lucky Charms leprechaun.
No.
This is like the scary, kind of evil, don't take my gold or I'm gonna kill you, bitch.
St.
kind
Patrick's
of
Day leprechaun.
Leprechaun, yes. So then he's like, "Where's my gold?" And she doesn't know. She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So he kills her. Okay, throws her down a flight of stairs.
Damn.
Yeah, so she's dead. So the husband comes in, and he's all, hey, you know, what's going on? And so then sees the leprechaun. He's all, how did you get over here? How did you follow me here? And then the leprechaun's like, I want my gold back. And he's all, I caught you fair and square. And I was going to, and he said he was going to kill him and all that stuff. That O'Grady, that's the guy, that he was going to kill the leprechaun. So the leprechaun gets trapped in a crate. And apparently if you have a 4-leaf clover and you touch it on the leprechaun's body, then you can kill him. So,
oh, really?
Yes.
It's good to know.
Yeah, so just so you know, 4-leaf clover. That's,
I need to carry it.
That's a leprechaun thing.
Yeah, I'm going to carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
do you get a permit to carry that 4-leaf clover?
I think in the U.S. you can probably just carry it.
In California, you're probably going to pay so much tax.
Yeah, you got to pay a shamrock tax
you
on
got a
it.
shamrock tax and this, that, and you got to buy Gavin some new shoes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get ready to
But
pay.
we're not talking politics, though.
Nope.
So that was it.
Oh.
Okay. So he's getting ready to try to burn the leprechaun after he traps him in a crate, puts a 4-leaf clover on top of the crate so the leprechaun can't escape. Then the leprechaun basically makes the guy have a stroke. So as he's about to light the match, because he poured gas on it, he's about to light the match.
Right.
He has a stroke.
How come all these movie reviews you do on the scary movies, they all kind of have the same storyline, you know? Yeah, I mean, until you said stroke, everything was the same. And then
Really?
you said
With the
stroke.
leprechauns and
yeah,
stuff?
and then you said stroke, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard one of these movies with a stroke in it.
Well, this guy had a stroke.
Oh, okay.
And so then they flash forward 10 years later, and that's when Jennifer Aniston comes in because her dad is living there in North Dakota, and she, I guess, is visiting from LA.
How's she look? She look good?
She looks like she did in the first season of Friends
Yeah, she's good.
because she looks young. She looked pretty though, yeah.
Yeah.
But she looked young, and you know that's the way she looked as Rachel, like the first episode. That's how she looked. But so then she's going over there. Her dad bought that house for cheap, which of course because the two people died in, or no, the wife died in it. The husband had a stroke. Okay.
Yes.
So he bought it for cheap.
I knew that.
So she's like, what? Ew, this is disgusting. And she's all dressed up with her high heels on, Gucci bag and stuff. And the thing I don't get about this whole thing, okay, this is a cheesy and corny. It's not even obviously trying to even be the least bit realistic because this is 93 and it's just over the top.
Was this one of Jennifer's first movies? One of them?
That I did not look up. I just looked up to see if this was before or after Friends, and before or during. It's before.
So I'm thinking it's her first movie.
Probably.
She's just trying to get her name out there.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably.
As soon as she hooked up with Brad Pitt, everybody knew who she was.
No, she was on Friends, and then she met Brad Pitt. She was on her own. She had her own.
Bradley is the man. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, okay.
He has his own
Talk to
Corvette.
Angelina. I'm sure she probably doesn't think he's the man.
What?
Neither does Jennifer, I'm sure, because he cheated on her with. Okay. Anyways, I digress and go back to Leprechaun.
Go back to Leprechaun.
So this movie, apparently, this is the first time. I don't know if it's the first time this dad has seen this house. It's definitely the first time that he's taken her there. But if he has never been in this house, or if he has lived in this house, he is not clean whatsoever because when they walk into the house, there's fucking cobwebs all over. It's the same fucking furniture.
Kind of like your parents.
Jeez. Jeez, rough.
There's cobwebs and the same
There's
shit in the house.
Hey, I don't.
Nothing moves.
And I won't kill spiders, so I'm letting the spiders be.
No.
But he didn't clean any. It's got all the same furniture from when those people were there 10 years ago. The only thing they show them is like I say, she's visiting with the dad for the summer. So she's got her luggage, and they have 2 bags of groceries. Okay?
All right.
That's the only thing they bring in there. And then, like at the same time they're getting there, there's this one dude that's supposed to be like the hottie guy that she's kind of interested in. Then there's his little brother who's like 10. And then there's another guy that's their friend, but he's really slow. And I don't know why he's there, but why he's part of this movie. But those 3 guys are there to paint the house. It's like, fuck, why don't you fucking clean the inside of the house and get all the cobwebs out and actually make it livable before you paint the fucking outside of the house? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Right.
No fucking sense to me.
No.
But then, of course, he's there and she's all, ooh, and so whatever. So that's why he's there. But it makes no sense. And then they're painting the house with just like a couple little paintbrushes. And all they show is they have one little section painted like this really ugly blue color. And then she's there.
I painted some blue in my past.
Yeah, but this is an ugly blue color.
Okay.
And this was not with an airless, or this was not any professional job. This is them with
your mom. I did the blue.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
She picked it. I don't think it was blue. The thing is with painting is if you pick a color, you get a color. You know, if you want to stay away from the blues and the greens unless you absolutely want them. Mm-hmm. If you want those, then you get it with a little blue and a green tint, because as soon as you put it on the wall and it dries, it's blue or green.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, thank you for that input.
Yeah.
But I was talking about the movie.
Little construction.
I was talking about the movie.
I had to pass on a little bit of my father's knowledge.
That the movie, these guys are painting the house with just a paintbrush that's an ugly blue color. And then she jumps in there too. She's from LA. She obviously has anything to do with any construction or cleaning. or farming or anything like that. And so then she jumps in there, and he's showing her how to paint the window, the shutters, and they're painting it red, and it makes no sense. And so then they paint like a tiny little portion of it, and she goes to get more paint and then from the truck, and that's when she feels something like rubbing her leg, and she thinks it's the dude, but it's not the dude, it's that leprechaun. So then when she backs up, he scratches her. So then the dad's like, oh, I heard you scream, okay, what's going on? So oh, something touched my leg. So then they hear a cat, and the leprechaun's mimicking a cat. And even when we were watching it, the cat woke up. Rock and Roll Kitty woke up, and she was looking at the TV because she heard the cat. So then this stupid dad, he goes, oh, let me go get the cat. And he sticks his hand like all the way in some busted up tree trunk or something. And the leprechaun bites his hand, and it's like a big old bite on it. So then they take him to the hospital. And that's the last you see of the dad. Like the rest of the movie, you don't see the dad. He's in the hospital. So then eventually, everyone believes that there's a leprechaun. Originally, it's just that one guy, the slower guy, who says that there's a leprechaun because he actually sees him. No one believes him. So then eventually, of course, they all believe him. Then she finds the gold. She goes to give the leprechaun the gold back, so he leaves. But then there's still one piece of gold missing because the slow guy, his name's Ozzy, he accidentally swallowed it. So then the leprechaun wanted to go and take it out of his stomach, and it was like a thing. But okay, so there's a couple interesting deaths in here. So I will say, at least on this one, the slow guy Ozzy and then the little brother, they end up finding the gold, and so then they take one of the pieces of gold to this coin shop for the guy to check it and see if it's worth anything. So then he says, okay, can you leave it overnight? And they're like, okay, fine, no problem. So the leprechaun goes over there to the guy's shop trying to get his gold back, and he bites the guy on his knee so that he can't run or move or anything, so he's laying on the ground. And then he gets a pogo stick and he jumps on the guy's chest, and he kills him by jumping on his chest with a pogo stick. So that was pretty crazy.
So I mean,
that was crazy.
I gotta ask, because I always do in the beginning of it, on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give it now at this point in the movie compared to when it's over?
Oh, that actual part, that death alone was was funny. So that would actually be pretty good. You know, that'd probably be like a 3 or 3.5 at that point. But up to that point, I was bored. I was just, this movie's 92 minutes long, and it's 90 minutes too long as far as I'm concerned. It's just like
keeps going.
It was rough, like my movie reviews.
Yeah.
They're
just
it
long.
was rough. It was rough.
Not rough. They're long.
I mean, I really thought I was gonna fall asleep. I wanted to be over so I could take a nap.
Kind of like your movie reviews. I'm ready.
Are you ready to take a nap?
I'm ready to take a snooze.
So
about halfway through.
Okay, I will end this movie review.
Yes.
Leprechaun, 1993. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 beers because this movie is just, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous.
There you have it. AC's movie review. I know you wait for this movie review every week.
Don't they?
Yeah, they do. They should.
They should.
We put a lot of money into that intro. They need to.
I know. That's an awesome intro.
Yeah,
I still love it. I love it.
It cost us a lot of dough.
I love it.
Yeah. We appreciate you listening. Big Dog AC Show, Razor Sharp Studios. We'll be back next week. Probably two or three more shows, and then we're moving the studio.
Yep.
So we're gonna put it up in Oregon. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep. But this week we'll be posting stuff on TikTok and Instagram. So make sure you check out all of our social media.
You're gonna love that shit. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
It is. Thanks for listening.